Magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Ito nga pala ang news flash. Magi-300 na ang nagpositibo sa probinsya ng Tarlac. At meron na namang dumagdag na nagpositibo na lalaki na nag-aaral sa pampublikong paaralan. Dante Corpus, i-report mo. Nga Denver, nagpositibo ang isang estudyanteng lalaki na nag-aaral sa pampublikong paaralan o sa Tarlac Agricultural University matapos lumabas ang kanyang resulta sa swab test. Ako nga pala si Dante Corpus, nagbabalita ng news flash. Magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Ako nga pala si Dante Corpus. At sa ngayon ay meron lang po kaming i-correct or itatama sa aking isinalaysay sapagkat napag-alam-alaman ko na ang aking nakalap na impormasyon ay isa pa lamang maling balita na aming natanggap sa aming opisina. Ako po ay nalulugod na humihingi ng pasensya at patawad sa mga taong nakarinig o nakabalita nakapanood ng aking news report na kung saan ito ay maling impormasyon na aking isinalaysay sa inyong lahat, sa inyong manunood. Maraming salamat po. Sana po mapatawad niyo po kami, ako sa aking nagawang pagkakamali o pagkakasala. Muli, sana mapatawad niyo kami at ito nga pala ang News Flash. Ako nga pala si Dante Corpus, nagbabalita ng News Flash.
Di ko na po kasi ginaya ang pagbabawi nila sa akin. Lumapit po ako para matigil na po ang pinagagawa nila sa akin. At may iwasan na po para sa mangyari sa ibang tao. Sana maging inspirasyon ako sa mga babae upang maging matapang at magsalita kung anong ginagawa sa kanila. Akin rin sa medyo okay na po. Nakaka-recover naman na po ako. Di ko na po kasi ginaya ang pagbabawi nila sa akin. Ang pagbabawi na ginagawa nila sa akin. Lumapit po ako para matigil na po ang pinagagawa nila sa akin. At may iwasan na po para sa mangyari sa ibang tao. Sana maging inspirasyon ako sa mga babae upang maging matapang at magsalita kung anong ginagawa sa kanila.
Uy guys, nakapapasa na ba kayo ng article kay ma'am?
Oo nga guys, kamusta nga pala? Kamusta pala yung article na ginagawa nyo? Sana all may nagawa na. Kasi ako super stress na talaga ako kasi halos wala pa akong nagagawa. Nakakainis?
Ha? Oo naman no. Tsaka, dali-dali lang nun, ba't di nyo pa ginawa?
Tapos ko na yan, pinagpilitan ko yan kagabi para maipasa ko ng mas maaga.
Kung saan naman yung ginawa ninyong article? Sana all tapos na, no?
Nilagay ko yung about sa corruption. Eh di ba totoo naman na si Mayor Juan de la Cruz binubulsa yung pera na para sa bayan dapat. Kaya yun yung ginawan ko ng article.
Wait, teka. Parang may mali.
Ah, ganun ba?
Di ba nakalagay yan sa Journalist Code of Ethics? Di ba ang sabi, a journalist shall refrain from writing reports which will adversely affect a private reputation unless it justifies it.
Kamusta naman yung ginawa mo sis Princess? Tungkol saan naman yun?
Ginawa ko sa article ko, kumuha lang ako ng mga information sa mga isang situation, tapos nagdagdag na rin din ako ng mga opinion ko, ganon.
Hala, di ba sabi ni Ma'am mali yung ganyan?
Ba't naman? May mali ba?
According to the Journalist Code of Ethics, a journalist should resort only to fair and honest methods in her effort to obtain news, photographs, documents, and shall properly identify himself a representative of the press when obtaining any personal interview intended for publication.
Good day, Ma'am and Sir. I would like to ask if do you agree about the online simbang gabi that will happen on this coming December? Yes, Ma'am?
Yes, because in a time like this, we are facing a pandemic, we must be safe first because I believe that God is always there for us to listen and to protect us. Even if we don't go to church like before, He's still there for us anytime and anywhere.
Thank you. Same question with Sir. Do you agree, Sir?
For me, no. For this is our time in our season that we can celebrate in fellowship in the house of God. And this is our culture as Filipino Christians.
Thank you, Ma'am and Sir. Good day. I would like to ask about the crime happened to your girlfriend. It is true that you kill your girlfriend because of third party? Yes, sir.
No, this is a sit-up, and I can't do that to my girlfriend. And we don't have any problem about third party. And I love her so much, and I can't live without her. And it's so sad that I cannot see her anymore.
Thank you.
Now, we're down for a Code of Ethics number 9, which states that a journalist shall not take unfair advantage of a fellow journalist. A journalist should be fair and honest in journalistic practices. Code of Ethics is not a set of rules, rather a guide that encourage all who engage in journalism to, the, to take responsibility for the information that they provide. In journalism, unity is the most important because the information that they get, they can combine it to make a good story and the right information for the public.
A journalist shall not take unfair advantage of fellow journalists. Journalists should not let their motives and personal interests influence them with their performance because it will affect their duty as journalists and the dignity of their profession. Example, I always want to read articles every day and I see some words that are similar to others. This will affect his or her reputation because of plagiarism or stealing of others' work. When they compete with their fellow journalists, there is a tendency to have unhealthy issues, envy, and conflicts with each other that may lead to work-related fights. Journalists should also obtain info fairly and honesty in doing documents, news, and photographs for publication.
A journalist shall accept only such tasks as are compatible with the integrity and dignity of profession. The news with integrity and decency, avoiding real or perceived conflict of interest, and respect the dignity and intelligence of the audience, as well as the subject of news always disclose any personal, pecuniary, or other interest that he may have in any matter which is the subject of any report or story written by him. Whereas a journalist come across any information, for example, concerning a commercial enterprise in advance of it being put in the public domain, he shall refrain from using such information for his own private.
Yes, and this is something to do with the conscience clause wherein the journalist must be convicted whether the task offered to him or her is on integrity and dignity. I'm an avid drama watcher, and I often see the dramas wherein big people like politicians and business tycoons use journalists in their favor to crush their enemies. They tell journalists to release this, release that. Some are true, some are not. Such task is political malice, and those journalists who agree to do so do not adhere to journalism with integrity and dignity. They are merely eyeing for money and recognition.
Hi guys! Good morning sa inyo!
Magandang umaga din sa'yo, Kuya MJ.
Kamusta kayo? Sana ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan.
Mabuti lang naman po ang kalagayan namin. Kuya, may tanong po ako.
Ano yung Glessy?
Familiar po ba kayo sa Journalist Code of Ethics? Buti na itanong mo yan, Glessy. So ayun, alam niyo ba na meron tayong 11 Code of Ethics? Anong ibig sabihin nun, Kuya?
Well, according to National Press Club, Journalist Code of Ethics number 11, I shall comport myself in public or while performing my duties as journalist in such manner as to maintain the dignity of my profession. When in doubt, decency should be my watchword.
Hindi dapat tayo padalos-dalos sa mga sinasabi at ginagawa natin. Kailangan mapanatili natin ang dangal at moralidad bilang mamamahayag. Kasi kapag once hindi tayo nag-ingat, maaari masira yung tiwala ng mga nakikinig sa atin. There will also be a trust issues about your capability as a journalist. And with your seniors, it will cause a negativity effect to the both side of journalist and audience.
Mayon, lalong-lalo na para sa ating mga nasa larangan ng komunikasyon, lalo natin dapat tatandaan na ang bawat kalayaan na meron tayo para sa pagpapahayag ay may kaakibat na responsibilidad.
Tama yan ang mga sinabi ninyo, Alondra at Agnes. Sana nasagot namin ang iyong mga tanong, Glessy at Cindy.